Hey guys, it's Rachel from The Little Green Lamb, and today I have a book review on Funny Girl by Nick Hornby. It feels like a million years since I've read this book, but I really enjoyed it. Just to let you know, this book review will be spoiler free in case you're worried about that. Also, if you're new to my book reviews or just need a refresher, I write books in 5 different categories: plot, characters, cover, suspense, and overall in terms of rereadability. So basically, this book, I just really enjoyed it. It was just like a kind of like feel good book, but then like sad at the same time. It took me a while to actually really like sit down and consolidate my feelings on this book and come up with my like rating system and all that. It was one of those books where I really had to think about it. It was not that I was thinking about whether I liked it or not, but what to give it, because it gave me a whirlwind of emotions. And not that I would not give it a 5, but I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't just swept away in the fancy of it. I actually, because there were some ups and downs. But anyway, because the plot is very, very short, it's a very small paragraph, I'm just going to read that and go from there. So, set in 1960s London, Funny Girl is a lively account of the adventures of the intrepid young Sophie Straw as she navigates her transformation from provincial ingenue to television starlet amid a constellation of delightful characters. Insightful and humorous, Nick Hornby's latest does what he does best: endears us to a cast of characters who are funny if flawed and force us to examine ourselves in the process. So this book, as you heard before, it's based off a girl named Barbara who becomes Sophie Straw, her TV alias, and it's about her navigating the entertainment world and breaking in, and all the ups and downs and tribulations. And you see Sophie from when she's very young and to the end of the book when she's actually an elder. So it's very interesting in that sense, because it does skip forward quite a bit at the end and you see like where their lives went on. So I found that very good, but I had a few, some characters I feel like they didn't go over as much. Like this one guy's family, they didn't go over that much, and I was just like, wanted to hear more, but you know, what can you do? So plot, I give a 5 out of 5. I really like the plot. I really like how this book goes through phases. It has it's sectioned off. I don't want to say how it's sectioned off because I don't want to spoil it, because obviously the titles have spoilers, but I really love how it's sectioned into different bits and different years. I really loved how this plot not only took us over, we didn't just see the struggle of the entertainment world and the highlighted entertainment world. We saw both parts, because I find a lot of books or narrations on Hollywood, or well, this wasn't Hollywood, but the entertainment industry, you either have the person who really struggled in a big struggle account, which is the bulk of the book, or you have the one that just swept away and all the fancy and they have everything going for them. So I feel like this book had a really good balance of both those elements, which is really refreshing to see, because I find maybe it's just the books I've been picking up that are about that industry, but I just really liked how you saw both and they were equally balanced, and it wasn't one where we're pitying her. It was one where we were kind of rooting for the main character and we were there with her. We weren't looking down at her and being oh, one day you'll get that. She was determined. We were there with her as a reader. I don't know, we as a reader, because I was the one reading this, unless you already read it. But anyway, if you read this, you get that sense. I really liked all the characters. There's also, this book was in perspectives. We predominantly had Sophie's perspective, but you did get little perspectives from certain people in the industry, such as producers, writers, actors, that kind of thing, that she would interact with, which I really did enjoy. The only thing, sometimes I would lose whose voice was talking at the beginning, because maybe I think it was just his writing that I was getting used to, because I've never read a book by Nick Hornby before, but I thoroughly enjoyed it and want to check out some more of his works. So characters, I give a 5 out of 5. I really enjoyed the characters. I really like the character of Sophie. As I said before, we got to see lots of balances of how she tries to make it through the industry. And I really like the other background characters. I really like the writers, who I'm blanking on their names right now. Yeah, there's no complaints. I really liked all the characters, no matter what, no matter if they're a horrible person or a good person. I just really like to see the progression through their lives, and I really loved how you got to see what happened when they were older. I liked where the characters ended up. Just really enjoyable. Cover, I give a 5 out of 5. I actually really like this cover. It's one of the things that really, when I saw this all over the place, I think the TV show The Social, which is a Canadian talk show, I'm pretty sure that they talked about this for one of their book club picks. Also, I heard about it on NPR's Pop Culture Happy Hour, so I did look it up after that. And this book was very popular. Not only, I think it was one of the Indigo, they sent an email about it, because this author is very popular. And I couldn't figure my words. I was gonna say prevalent, but whatever. But I really loved this cover from the beginning. I just love the colors and how the spine, I'm not super fussy over, but it just, because it ties in with the cover nice, I like it. I just really love the colors and simplicity. Like, there's something about this book. It's simple, but then it has color at the same time. I really enjoyed this cover. Suspense, I give a 5 out of 5. I wanted to keep reading to see what's going to happen. This book, I think, took me a week to read, which is pretty fast because I've been reading a lot slower from school year, because each year I try to stay on top of stuff more, and like I keep adding more commitments onto me. I keep adding more commitments to my schedule, so it gets harder to read as the school year goes on. But I really want to read this, and I was like bringing it to school, and like every time my teacher would say, like, sometimes most of my classes are 2 hours, so in the middle my teacher would give us like a 5-10 minute break to go eat or go to the washroom or whatever, and I'd just pull out my book and I'd be like, do do do. So I was trying to read at every opportunity, and I give it a 5 out of 5 for readability. Rereadability. I definitely reread it again. Like, not necessarily right away, but I'd say in a few months. If I were to reread it, I would reread it then hypothetically. And I really want to read more of this guy's works. If you guys have read any of his works, I know like there's like the Fever Pitch one, which the movie was based off of, and there's like, I know quite a few of them, but if you guys have read any of the other ones and you could personally recommend them, definitely do so, and I'll definitely have to go check those out and see if I'm interested in reading them. And yeah, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. This has been my book review on Funny Girl by Nick Hornby, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.